Hello, Mayor Meets everybody. It's MicheleMarieDalene, and I'm at the kitchen like I would normally be. Of course, that's where I am. I'm sorry I didn't do a vlog yesterday. I didn't put any foundation on yesterday, and it looked like hell. So I decided not to release that. But we also did release, however, the interview with Jennifer, and of course our trip to Wedding Mills. I call it a mall, but it's actually technically it's not. But I think you can understand why I call it a mall, which is a series of shops and stores and stalls and studios and everything else. By the way, it's quite a place to go if you ever go up there. It's on 100 Whiting Street. You have to go up on the Whiting Street Road because the Hollywood Avenue side is the bridge is being rebuilt. And in the interview, Barbara Gilman said, well, they're probably not going to be done with the bridge until about 2018. I'm like, what? So that's the reason why you have to go up on the Whiting Mill site, because you can't get on the other one. Are we going to do a live stream today? I don't know. I thought the last live stream was kind of very counterproductive. Unlike the conversation with Jennifer, which I thought was very productive at the time on the 21st. I'm sorry. So I want to see. So I missed a few questions she asked me, or some of her statements, because my Asperger's. So let me just replay the tape. I got a chance to hear some of her statements. Number one, she said that in the case of vocational counselors, is that they tend to try to convince people to get into the program to go back to work, but they don't tell the people, or maybe they don't know how it's going to affect the person's Social Security disability check. Very true. Also, they said another thing that's hard is that many people on disability don't have cars. Also true. But of course it depends on the disability. Some may have the ability to drive, but because of money and finances, they end up giving up their driver's licenses because of the lack of funds. And that makes it harder because in Connecticut, for example, almost everything is you need a car for, just to get things done, because there's not enough mass transit. It's great if you live in an area where there's mass transit, but, in Connecticut, that's the inner cities, and we all know that most of them are sanctuary cities, right? So yeah, all the illegals are going to get the jobs before you do, so you're not going to get anywhere. Anyway, I had some donuts today. Now, some states, we'll talk about the sanctuary cities in a minute, but definitely Donald Trump, I hope, is going to ask companies to give the handicapped a try. There are jobs we can do, obviously, in the right circumstances. There are jobs I can do in the right circumstances. And so I'm looking forward to seeing the option to go back to work, because after all, like she did say, and I agree with her, living on $760 a month for a typical person on Social Security disability is your sole source of income is not feasible. There's no way you can do it. You can't. You just can't. The average rent in Connecticut is $700 plus. So that means that when you add in things like rent, the electric, the gas, the phone, if you have one, cell phone or otherwise, possibly cable television, which is another inordinately huge expense. Anybody who has a cable bill knows what I'm talking about. I used to have a satellite dish bill, so I know what I'm talking about when I say it's a big expense, and you start to wonder kind of if it's really practical to have a TV in the house on cable. And on top of that, of course, my old TV in my living room I'm starting to wonder if the old picture tube is starting to get a little tired. It still works good, but I noticed that the red gun bleeds a little bit, so I don't know if it needs a picture tube needs to be adjusted. Probably needs an adjustment. I only noticed it really in my videos, which with the pink background really kind of pushes the background really quite a bit, and so I'm thinking maybe I might need to turn the pink down a little bit because it's just maybe a little bit too much. I haven't heard anyone else complain about it, so I don't know. But I noticed that my hair looks yellow on the in-house camera than it does on the... Well, I have to wash my hair today, too. So anyway, we have a couple things coming on today. One of them is my film's going to be here. Yay! Now, that's a good thing. And the second thing is I don't know which bills have been paid yet by the Barclay Fund. I mean, it's which bills the checks have cleared. I got to check that out because that's going to affect the next step. Is to see if Frontier was paid and the electric bill has been paid. There's a huge credit in my background from the electric company because the bill was paid in advance. That's even better because that's like something like $73, $75 that I can use towards other things like dark rooms and film and everything else. And also another question I'd like to do is try to possibly buy some darkroom stuff ahead of time. Well, yeah, we'll see. But first, let me get some eye drops first because I need those, and I haven't had a chance to buy eye drops lately. So yeah, I definitely got to get those too. So again, all the stuff I have to see where it stands money-wise and who's been paid, who got the check so far. I know those 5 checks issued. I know which 5 of those are going to, but you know there is always the mail. You know, we don't know how long it's going to take. For example, for T-Mobile to get the check for the bill. I'm not behind. They just paid the current bill, $92.50 or 92.50. So they paid the current phone bill. And then, of course, they paid the current electric bill. Actually, last month's electric bill was a little bit higher, so I'm going to have a little bit of a credit. They paid the entire care credit in full, and there's going to be credit left over because I looked at the bill versus what they paid, and there's going to be like $20 left over. So let's just hope the care credit is willing to either A, give it to me as credit so I can use that to pay for getting my teeth cleaned, and of course the Frontier home internet, they're paying in full, and the back bill, the $67 for the former home phone, they're paying in full. So those bills are paid. And so I'm saying to myself, wow, you know, Michelle, I can do something with this money. I can go ahead and buy domestics. I can go ahead and buy film kit. I can buy the developer in the darkroom, portable, you know, film tank, the clips, the chemical trays, everything, except for the enlarger. So that's what I was thinking about doing. But I have to be honest and say this, I don't know if it's going to happen that way. That's life, you know? You can't help that. It's nice, but I can't say it's going to work. Well, we'll see what happens. For right now, the most important thing I want you to understand is I'm very proud that you are watching these videos. I'm very proud that you get a chance to learn new things. And sometimes I have to admit that I screw up just like everybody else does. Don't expect everything I do is 100% perfect. This time here. It's almost out of time. On last night's video, I didn't actually shoot one for last night. But you know, the thing is that this is a learning experience for me. All the times we screwed up in the live streams and what have you. Please don't don't judge me and say that I'm doing my best with what I have. When you have legal blindness and you have hearing loss and you have Asperger's, and certain situations can send you anxiety through the ceiling because of your Asperger's, it's not always easy to do a good job. So I worked, like I explained to Jennifer, I'm trying so hard to overcome my disability limitations. Trying to reach out to you, trying to come up with new things and new topics, and that's not always easy, but it beats sitting around eating donuts every day. I have to say that. And of course, it would be nice if I had some more donations from you guys. So if you want to do me a favor, at least subscribe to the channel. That's so easy. Even a cave woman can do it. All you gotta do is click on the little blue square on the lower right hand corner of your screen that says subscribe, NASQ, and that's how you subscribe. How easy is that? And then make sure you click on the little bell icon so you can have daily notifications of any new postings, because they're almost every day. If you don't want to post, click on the bell icon, that's fine. It's up to you. Just check your subscribers list to see if any new posts are up, because I do post almost every day, and I'm trying to create new things every day. But for now, thank you very much for watching this, and I will see you all really soon. I'll try to come up with something together for the next few days. Be patient, guys. Be patient. It shall be done. It shall be done. Okay. Bye-bye for now.